again, when you think about yourself starting at day one and you start talking about it online through social media and other people are looking at that, the problem with that is we're so used to All right, so I'm going to go off on a little bit of a riff here, and it's about one of the biggest things that held me back for a really long time. And I think that most entrepreneurs and people that are looking to start their own thing really struggle with, especially with respects to where we're at in the world today with social media and everybody posting their highlight reel on social media and fear of other people judging you. That's really what it comes down to. That's really what it comes down to. At the end of the day, one thing that I let myself hold me back far too long because I was stuck on this was the fear of letting other people see me starting out small. And what I mean by that is when I was just starting my business, I didn't want other people to see me starting out a brand new business for whatever reason, right? Think about it. You always want people to just see you being successful or already having some traction. There's a real fear for a lot of people, and not everybody, but a lot of people, and me being one of them, of other people looking at what I was doing and being like, oh, he's never gonna make it, or he has no chance in hell in building an online business or a marketing business or any of those things that I talk about, right? And well, what happened with that? Well, what happened with that was I let myself be consumed by those feelings, number one. So it really slowed down my progression of how quick I could have gotten results quicker. Because if I was out there talking about what I was doing like crazy, right? Just like from day one, I was out there just letting people knowing what I was doing, I would have gotten a lot more results a lot quicker. Now, granted, I've only been doing what I've been doing for 4 years, so I do have a pretty good amount of success pretty quickly. But, it's only been up until a year ago did I really start publicly talking about what I'm doing and be proud of it. And looking back on that, I should have been proud of the things that I was doing a long time ago. There was a lot of stuff that I was doing from, day one, from week one, month one, that was awesome. It was awesome. I remember the very first thing that I got hooked on that I wanted to do was create my own blog, right? When I just saw that people could create passive income through a blog, that was my first thing. And you know what? I created a blog and it was called Be Anything. It was called Be Anything. It's kind of funny. They're laughing at me over there. It was called Be Anything because, that was the concept behind it, right? I was down on my luck, had a shitty job, and I wanted to do something different. And I felt like if I really did, I could be anything I wanted to be. I felt like I could be anything I wanted to be. And at that time, it's funny because I don't talk about this very much, but I started working on my business kind of at night with my other job. And also at the same time, I started to study to take the firefighter test here on Maui. And because being a firefighter here is awesome, right? You get to ride jet skis, you get to go in helicopters. In Hawaii, it's a great job. They pay you well, you get health, you get dental, you hang out at the firehouse all day, you lift weights all day, you're basically at the gym. It's like a frat house, right? So I thought that would be a cool job. They pay well, right? But turns out I didn't pass the written part of the exam, and I totally dodged a bullet. Looking back at it, for me, I'm so glad that I failed because it pushed me even more to do what I'm doing now. And I want to pull that back, though, into what I mean by allowing that fear to stop you or paralyze you from getting started. Because, again, when you think about yourself starting at day one and you start talking about it online through social media and other people are looking at that, the problem with that is we're so used to seeing everybody's highlight reel, right? You see all these people online that are making $5 million in their first year of business or, whatever it is. And they've got Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all this stuff. And it makes you psychologically think that you can't come in on day one and not have any success. You got to come in and just be a heavy hitter right out of the gate. And that's not true. The point of this video is for me to say that that's not true. And, hindsight is 2020. And looking back, I wish I would have started talking about it a lot sooner and just forget about what everybody else thinks, right? And we should do that more anyway. We should just do that more anyway. I'm not particularly somebody that cares too much about what other people think, but I was against social media. I was pretty adverse to social media to start with. If you look at my social media now, I generally don't talk about my life that much. I talk about business, right? And I just kind of keep it at business. And I probably should talk more about that stuff, right? I should talk about more about, you know, relationships and things that I'm interested in outside of business. But I don't really do that. I have a hard time. I have to like force myself to talk about those things. Again, the point of this video is to encourage you to, if you're struggling with that, you know, you're afraid of putting yourself out there online to show people that you're starting out, you got this new thing going, and you know, they should take a look at it and maybe refer you business or, you know, help you to get started. Just forget about that stuff and focus on you. You know, there's a lot that you can be proud of, because when I built my first website, or when I built that first blog, I was really proud of it. I was really proud of it because I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. I didn't go to school to build websites. I didn't go to school to learn about marketing. I had to do all of that stuff on my own, right? I read a lot of books, got a massive bookshelf over there. I invested the time to broaden my skill set and my knowledge, and still till this day, that's exactly what I do every single day. I try to learn as much as I possibly can from people that are doing all of the things that I want to do, right? That's the shortcut to success. So shortcut to success, learn from other people that are already crushing it, number one. And number two, don't give a shit what anybody else thinks, and just go ahead and put yourself out there and let everybody know what you're doing, because no matter what, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think. So if you agree to that, please hit the like button on this video. Let me know in the comments below if you agree to that. I would love to see some of your comments and feedback and thoughts on it. I'll respond to all of your comments below this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that too. I'll see you in the next video.